Oh, set it up. Maybe there's something I forgot. Cool. So create new game. Space TTT. Probably come up with a better name than Trouble in Terrorist Town, but that's the idea.
Trouble in Space Town.
I mean, yeah, I guess that'd be the straightforward approach.
Or Sabotage in Space Settlement.
SSS. I mean, I guess that follows the theme.
Oh, nailed it.
Right, I'll share this game with you. I think we're friends on here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So who made this map?
So we made this on streams. Oh, I just realised I'm just sending a message to someone. Yeah, we made this on streams, and then it got cleaned up by some artists, and actually made it look really good. So, yeah, we made it on three streams, I think.
Oh, okay. And then I was gonna. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really nice map. Like, it's just crying out for a game to fit, so that's what I'm hoping we'll do now. When I actually start, yeah, I don't know if you want to have a run around and have any ideas of traps and stuff like that, and so in sort of TTT, the traitors can see trap triggers that people can't, and they can just interact with it and trigger it. So it's yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one because there'll be some client side stuff to do, but yeah, it's some things there like airlocks that open, and I think we'll probably try and keep all of the gameplay inside the tunnels and stuff.
What the hell's going on? Oh, I just accidentally opened my drone. I got really confused. It's like I was still running round, and the camera was like backwards, like looking at my guy.
Yeah.
It was pretty disorientating for a second. It's like I was still running round, and the camera was like.
Cool. Okay, right. I think I'm ready to go. So, I imagine like first things first is like nailing just the core loop. Normally the way. So we need some way of having it so, like, because basically this is an empty slate. There's literally nothing in here.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how much we use packages or how much we just write from scratch. Probably do it from scratch relatively. There's a lot of stuff we don't necessarily need.
Best.
I mean, is there any sort of part of it you fancy tackling? What we're gonna need? We're gonna need like a role selector.
Bow select.
Bow selector. Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit play. Just see what we get. That is literally just starting. So yeah, we probably want to go through a bit of a lobby, and then from a lobby basically into a game, and then back out to a lobby. So there is like a sort of jump back and forth. So I don't mind tackling that if you wanted to maybe have a look at some of the like the sort of the trap type things people could do, or what might be quite cool actually is just like, I don't think there's many doors. I think a lot of this is open. Maybe some sort of like basic door logic for like getting doors open, and then maybe the ability to like lock them and that sort of thing. That might work quite well.
Yeah, it's just like, how do I open the code and stuff? Like, oh yeah, you put the controller down to start with, and then go back to edit mode.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Music in the background. Just if I turn my music on. Dry Coast bonus stream. I mean, it's sort of bonus stream slash just casual, making the most of being stuck at home kind of stream.
God, I need to remember Lua now.
Yeah.
I hit a point where after like playing this when it first came out a lot and whatever with you, and like just got into Lua, and it started like affecting my work a little bit, like trying to turn off Lua and go back into C#.
Yeah, I remember like when you picked this up, I was like, oh yeah, I might have to show you how to do some Lua, and then you showed me what you've been working on, and you just basically like rewritten loads of stuff, and you just like dove straight into it. I was like, okay, yeah, you definitely don't need any help.
It wasn't that long ago that I actually kind of, as I said, like I did jump into it again for a little bit, and I updated my big space station that I was building to use all the space assets and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've just completely forgotten how to do anything. New script. There we go. Right on. New. So there already is a door script.
Okay, is that already included in?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there are some doors down. I think my audio just went.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Oh, no. I can hear you. The music just stopped in game for some reason.
Yeah, no, I turned it off.
That was kind of forgot the editor doesn't normally have music. I was really enjoying that. That really tripped me up for a second.
No, this is the other track that I found the other day. Assuming you can hear that.
Yeah. I think this is the music I set in Blitzball, that game that we totally finished.
Yeah.
Because it's such a Rocket League-esque, like.
Just a nice one to have on. Like, it's kind of high energy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. We'll see, Martin. Down a tad.
Yeah, it might be better. Right.
I really love there's one of the like, it's like an ambient space kind of soundtrack that's like really good as well that I have on the space station that I was put in. And just like in that time I was just zoned out like with it playing in the background.
Yeah, there's quite a few like cool ones that came out of the sci-fi pack.
I haven't even listened to them actually. It was one of like the original ones that I had. Yeah. But I do enjoy a lot of the music that your audio guy made.
Yeah, Matt, he's a wizard. But yeah, outer space, like sea of action, sea of clouds, sea of cold. Like there's a load of really cool stuff. Dry coast in chat straight away. You definitely tell that we're related, apparently. We always
hear that.
Yeah, we always get this. It's like, yeah, you'll struggle to tell who's talking. I guess the fact you can see me, my lips aren't moving, is the giveaway. But yeah,
yeah. Maybe I should like add a pitch modifier or something. Make myself really high pitched. I'm just like zooming around. I'm not doing anything.
This is like 90% of my day at work. It's just flying around maps trying to work out what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. Hey, let's go.
Get lost in the tube.
Completely custom game script. Is this smart or should I just use the existing one?
Yeah, it's smart. It'll be perfect.
It'll be perfect.
First time as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be one of those like you'll write the whole thing, you'll test it, and it will work, and then that'll be like the scariest part.
Yeah.
What I had that like 2 days ago at work. I wrote a load of unit tests for something, and then ran it, and the unit tests all passed, and I was like, nope. I don't trust this.
Yeah, something here didn't actually work.
I just asserted true on every unit test or something. Like, it's the only explanation.
If true, then true.
Yeah. On every test.
Cool.
Yeah, it works fine.
I'm going to rename the script. So I've just downloaded the game package anyway, because that comes with a bunch of useful stuff. There's no point in reinventing the wheel entirely.
Oh, okay. I know what I want to do in this room. So when you say traps, I'm assuming it's like kind of locking people in rooms and then they die in that room.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I'm trying to think. So the Gmod TTT does stuff like just, yeah, like really inventive stuff. Things falling out the ceiling, just explosions going off. That sort of thing.
So I guess as a general kind of the general trap mechanics would be player presses button. So it's probably more that a traitor interacts with a trigger, because it shouldn't. Well, I mean, it depends on how we want to do it. Well, yeah, true. Yeah, not necessarily a button, but the traitor interacts with something.
Yeah.
and then that will kill players within a certain area.
Yeah, and you
and then it would just be different ways that they die.
Yeah, and like the whole point for the trades is to be careful and to not make it obvious that they're pressing the button essentially.
Cool. Throw some sheeps.
Alright, I'm just staring at this script now. Okay, so what I want to do, I think a big part of this will be having stuff on the user. Okay. So we're going to want catch when people log in. For anyone watching, this is all just completely made up on the fly. There's no planning here. This is probably not a nice way to do this, but
totally going to work.
This is not a best practice necessarily, but it's just a bit of fun. Let's go for my usual. So what I'm hoping to do here is kind of just make a really simple game loop and build on it. So what I like to do is quite often define like a reset function, which basically I can call from anywhere, and that initializes or reinitializes all the variables. So if game is running, for example, that'd be false. One thing I like about this song is that you don't really know when it's looped. You just get lost in it.
I mean, it's like every trance song ever.
Yeah.
It hasn't even started yet.
Okay, so reset. I want to assign players to a team. Dryco says, what's the difference between game script or TTT team? To be honest, I don't really know. I've put that up there. There's probably not a huge difference. I imagine there is some lower difference in the background, but to be honest, actually, I think I'm trying to treat this as more of like a constant. So whereas I'd normally do like self.TradeTeam as a variable that I might think changes. For me, if I've done this up here, it's almost like defining it as 1 and 2. And then I'm not going to change those through code. So it's kind of just a way of me defining those as a constant variable. So like rather than through all my code saying, you know, if team equals 1, if team equals 2, it's like I can say if team equals GameScript.TradeTeam, then at least I've only got one place to update it if I ever need to. Because one thing I'd like to do here is add different teams, different roles, different stuff, and I imagine this here will probably evolve into a table at some point. I know what I'm going to end up doing here. I'm just going to end up rewriting the main game script that we have in the package, just because that's like the way my brain works.
So maybe it was just taken on then.
We'll see. I feel like I can. There's a lot of things that we don't necessarily need for this, and I kind of want to maybe prove a point. I don't know.
Yes.
Try and retrain my brain to think differently.
That was time well spent by me.
What have you been doing?
Have a look in the trap script.
Please tell me you've not just typed all that out.
No, found it, but then I had to like comment it out. Then it was like throwing loads of errors because it was like uncommenting my comments, so I had to switch loads of characters up. Nice. It was so worth it. But I'm not even. It's probably still broken. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Okay. So I think what I like to do when I'm, especially at this stage where I don't really want to start coding too much yet, is I'm just going to put like comments through all the function stubs and just basically like pseudo code it all. Get to a point where I think, what I want to do. So on lobby start, we want to put the players into the lobby area. I'm actually thinking a nice way that it works in TTT is that instead of you getting like a lobby and a round start like spawn, you kind of have a lobby and you run around and then you just flip to your roles like instantly. So you could be like messing around with someone and then your roles instantly get assigned at the start of the round, but you don't get teleported away. So I think that might be a nice way.
Maybe.
Achievement hunters still play it quite a lot, and the amount of times two of them are looking at each other, it like instantly flips to one being the traitor and they just shoot at the person within like a fraction of the second of the round starting. And it's just funny every time.
Ooh, pardon me. I know what I need. I need the documentation open. That will help.
Developer.crayta.com.
Mm-hmm.
I can help you with anything if you get super stuck. I say that, I can try and help you.
Yeah, it's more just very basic stuff. I'll probably do your head in within minutes. I just need a quick look through to refresh my memory.
Tell me if the music gets too much. You can always pick a different track.
Yeah, do track. What did you say the website is again?
Developer.crayta.com.
Developer.crayta.com. That's an error.
Shouldn't be.
According to Google. So, developer.crayta.com. Yeah. You need HTTPS.
That's it. Yeah.
School error.
I'll tell Sean.
You are a trigger. Trigger has variables.
I feel like I need to find another track with as much like energy in it.
So, what am I trying to do here?
This one gets used quite largely, this track, but it's a pretty good one.
I think I'm doing this in the wrong order. I'm trying to start with a script before I know what I'm doing with it. So,
yeah, probably best.
Let's start with a door.
Yeah, good shout. Okay. So, and the loop here. So a good way to do these sort of loops is to kind of have a schedule that loops through other functions, and then each of those functions waits. What's up?
A what?
A schedule. What? A schedule.
A schedule.
A schedule, isn't it?
Well, I think it's one of those. It's a tomato scenario.
I know. I say schedule. Probably because Rosie's conditioned me to say schedule.
Probably because you're wrong.
Very good.
Do you fit here? You look like you fit snugly. Right, you do. It's better than making my own doors like I did last time.
Have you found like a door that fits nicely into the map?
Yeah.
Almost like one of the perfect benefits of Crayta is that everything fits together so nicely. Dryco says, I'm in the process of putting together my own game script for a project, so this is perfect timing. Yeah, I mean, I think it's... So obviously the one we provide in the starter games is a really good way to like... It's very versatile for lots of different game modes, but I think sometimes it's a really good exercise to just, flex your brain and think about different ways that you can put it together. Already in fact, that's not very well named. I think, again, like the other one does, it makes sense to call these. I'm going to call them loop. Do lobby loop. Do round loop. Do results loop. So basically what this is going to do is, so we're already in a schedule, we're going to like basically loop until we've got enough players, then we call this function which passes control to here, and any waits we do in here means it will stay in this function until that's finished. Then once it drops out of that function, it will return back to here. Then we want to call the next thing, so do round loop, and so on and so forth. Probably do that up here.
So for, in this case, I want the Crayta to pull a lever, to kill them, and it's like, so I've just got a mesh which has a lever on it that can animate. I hope.
Yeah,
should probably check that.
You can tell if it animates if in the properties it says use copy animation names.
Mesh.
You have a little button.
Might be blind, or I don't think it does.
Whereabouts?
It's the throttle. So.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts are you? I can see your drone.
Towards the moon.
Yeah.
So.
Where's the? Oh wait, I was on the wrong side of the door. Oh, okay, yeah. So I don't think this does have animation.
Yeah, no. It looks so good.
You could make your own, like, not necessarily make your own animation, but you could do your own thing with it to like have lights on it and stuff that change or whatever.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But either way, my point is more. Is it better to have a trigger and have the player interact with the trigger area, rather than the object itself?
Yeah, from an accessibility point of view, it's easier to interact with something on a wide area. You could add all of your scripts to the thing itself, give it a child trigger, and then on the trigger there's an is interactable checkbox. If you tick that, then you can basically have an event on that thing.
Right.
That says on interact, so you can, all through the properties, you can basically pass an interaction event from the property, so from the trigger to the thing, so you don't even need to have a script on the trigger.
Cool.
If any of that makes sense.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
In about 2 minutes, I'll be asking, what were you saying again?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you meant.
Yeah. I cannot type today. I think what I always need to remember is to just do the obvious thing and then worry about making it better later. Like, I always try and get too far down making like the perfect option. Like, I wanted, the entire chain of logic and get it all rounded off before I even got it to work. So I think in this case I want to just get it working and then iterate and iterate and iterate.
Interact. Do a thing.
Yeah, and what you probably want to do is that on your trigger.
Yeah, and so passing the power breaker, and then
and just make sure that on interact is ticked on the trigger to make it, or is interactable. Sorry, just to make sure it can be interacted with.
That's not... And I believe there's an animate script, right? I could just use.
Could do. The animation stuff's quite straightforward, so you just self-get entity, play animation.
There's an animate script.
Pass it a string, yeah.
Not looping. That script's lazy.
Is it hard coded?
Don't know.
Animate script.
Possibly. Yeah, it's just. I was hoping for plays and stops.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, this is probably just the classic sort of.
I can just edit this, right? No, I forget if I edit this whole break other things.
Yeah, for the things already using it. This is probably used to get default animations on stuff, so like for doors to be open from the start and that sort of thing.
I changed out the mesh, but still didn't even check if it had an animation.
There's quite a few things to do. You can filter the mesh library with an animation tag. And
that makes sense.
That should show you everything that has animation.
That's a handy trick.
Okay, I think it's time for some different music.
Yeah.
Okay, determine roles for users. So this is where it starts to get more interesting. So we want to make sure, I guess. So you need at least 3 players for this to work, because you'd want 1 traitor and 2 innocents. If it's 1-on-1, then obviously it's obvious who the traitor is, but let's just do it randomly at the minute. So
makes more sense. Just doing that backwards. So.
okay, how am I going to do this? So let's get all of the users, pick one of them at random to be the traitor. Everybody else can be innocent for now. I think that makes sense. I think we've got a team script. Yeah, okay, so we'll use this because this is pretty good. So set team. We'll set that to false. We're not worried about voice for now. Yes, this is an example of what you were asking earlier, Dry Coast. Is that basically a TTT game script, trade team, like that could be a self dot variable. But I think for me, at least, if I know if I've done this, I'm going to keep that always as a constant. So I don't have to worry about that changing at any point through code. Let's remove the traitor. In fact, for now, let's just loop through all the users again. And if user is equal to traitor, or if not equal to traitor, then we'll do the same, but we'll set them to the other team. That'll work for now. That's going to get a lot more complicated when we start adding roles and stuff, because it's certain roles doesn't necessarily define your team. It defines your like type within a team, so that's where it gets a bit messy. But go with that. Okay, so that should work. I should pick a random traitor for now, at least. Don't worry about that. Okay, well, we're almost there.
Yeah, I'm almost done, definitely.
Almost on your door.
I've almost put a button down. Yeah, we'll worry about detail later. Can interact with that. We'll do a thing now. So
let's do a bit of UI, change your pace. So we want to get something on the user to show. Now we need to do the timers, that would be good, but also notifications. Let's grab that package. Okay. So that gives us everything, but we want to display somewhere what team they're on. There's no UI here, so okay, let's put it on here. Probably just want this to be straightforward for now, just showing you, yeah, literally what team you're on.
I can't remember if I play the closing animation on a door, it kind of handles itself, right, and just stays closed once the animation's done.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You don't call closed as well, like
closed.
Closed.
You don't have to try,
yeah, closed and open basically just set them instantly to that state. So if you said open, it would just snap to the last frame of the animation basically and be open.
You have a Boolean as your type, right, in properties?
Yep. And set, yeah. You can do the usual like default tooltip and all that sort of stuff.
Classic programmer thing of I typed it out, then asked, and then when you said yes, I was like, oh, I can just look at the and see if it's appeared.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
That answers my question. And yeah, it's a checkbox, so it makes sense. Okay, I'm starting to remember how this all clicks together now. Then.
Good. I knew it wouldn't take long.
So, it's true. Semicolons? Is that a thing?
No.
Not in Lyra, is it? Like, I just realised I wasn't typing them, but at the end of that, like just signing value, I just automatically did it, and it looked weird.
Yeah.
But it felt right to do it.
I've been doing some stuff in like
semicolons.
There's some other various things. Some various like JavaScript stuff, and it keeps catching me out doing curly braces again because it's been so long since I did any curly braces. Hey, who's that? Hisoken said, hey, Hisoken. Right. Okay, I don't think that's going to be obtrusive. Another little tip there is if you select a bunch of different entity like script folders or anything that's got widgets in, it will display all of them at the same time overlapped, so you can get an idea of any UI that's going to sit on top of other bits of UI.
I just listen and need to.
Right. Next song.
I like that one. That was good.
This one's quite chill as well. So it says what time of game are we doing? So I'm thinking what would be quite good is like a Trouble in Terrorist Town, Gary's mod kind of game. It's one I've been toying with in my head for a while. It's almost like a traitor versus innocence, but there's all sorts of wacky like roles and rules to it. So we'll probably put our own spin on it to a degree. But yeah, it's something like that. I figured it's quite a nice use of this pretty cool space settlement that we've got. It's kind of the right sort of game for it. Lots of deceit and trickery and corridors to hide in. So that's the plan.
Another thing. Oh, pardon me.
It sounded like you were jumping. I thought you were running around in basic mode, like jumping over stuff.
Yeah, it was like a hiccup burp. That's obviously what they do when they're recording. Just do a hiccup burp.
Yeah.
There's my trap trigger. Where you've gone.
Okay, so show you why. We also want to get the team. Okay, cool. So self.widget yes.data.team. Oh, I guess team name is what I want to define here. This will probably come from the game script at some point, but again, let's just get it working. So self.property team equal 1, and this is the part where I just start mumbling to myself. This is the part where you start mumbling to yourself.
Yeah. Well, I don't want you to have to do all the mumbling. It is a stream after all.
Yeah, that's true.
Sitting in silence. Right, so
We've got the music on.
Yeah, true.
So the thing is that you need to talk with other players. Maybe you can add a keyboard or something. If people can't use the voice chat, would be very helpful. Yeah, so I think what might be quite useful is to add like a prompt system as well. So you can, like, I think Apex Legends did a good one, and a lot of games since then have done it. But maybe like a what's the word? A contextual prompt thing might be pretty good. Look here, go here, all that sort of stuff. But I have to wait and see. Well, that should all be set up there. Recording set team, yep. That should automatically show the UI when there's a team. Reset. So of this, let's go through all the users and reset their team. You see the Stadia games updated today. Your February Pro games.
Yeah, so because I'm in your family, I always know that the games have come out because you've got them.
Oh, that's true.
And
yeah.
Then I just go and get them anyway.
Get them as well.
Like, even though I can obviously just play them yours, but the fact that we both got a copy.
Yeah. I mean, Journey to the Savage Planet. I played it a little bit earlier. It seems kind of cool. It's got like a No Man's Sky vibe to it. But that's got co-op, like a co-op mode. I don't know what that actually means, what it looks like, but could be worth streaming at some point.
To get that. Also error. There we go. Cool. So I guess as well as the getting people to so I've set up the first part of one trap, so
Nice.
It's going well. There also needs to be a reason that people have to go into the rooms, I'm guessing. So they have to complete objectives.
So in TTT they don't. Gmod Murder you do, so that's one where you have to go around and find stuff to basically get a gun.
Right.
But yeah, there isn't, but that might be a nice twist, perhaps.
Because otherwise, how do you... I don't know. I think I'm missing, how... What if you just stand there?
What, as a group of innocents, you just huddle up?
Yeah.
I think the weapons are collectibles, you find weapons on the map, so perhaps the better guns can be in certain areas, that sort of thing.
Oh, so there'll still be weapons and things as well then?
Yes, yeah, you don't just, so everyone starts with normal loadouts. Again, Gmod Murder has one person with a knife that's hidden and everybody else is innocent with nothing, whereas TTT it's a bit more everyone's got weapons. It's just a case of blending in to a degree, or it's just a mass shootout from the start. But that's where the roles and stuff come in. So you'll have a detective who can do certain things, look at bodies to see who killed them and all that sort of stuff. Hi Boop. You can have there's a really interesting role called the Jester, which is so basically if the Jester dies, the Jester wins. Regardless of what team
they try and get someone to kill them.
They want to get killed. But they can't damage other people. So they can't just antagonize people. And if you shoot someone and if you get shot and you don't get hurt, that person's the Jester. So they have to try and inventively get themselves killed. or there's like the swapper, which is a jester role, but basically if you kill the swapper, you die and they take your role. And there's so many like layers to it that it's like it doesn't really need much more of like a mechanism other than just people trying to complete their own roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spoop's saying, yeah, lots of people talked about TTT, and again, like I think it's one of those game modes that is kind of tricky, but it'd be nice to roll out something, get something working, and it is I don't really play it much. I watch a lot of it on YouTube, and it is pretty fun to watch. So I can imagine it'd be pretty fun to play in Crayta for sure. Okay. Right, where have I got up to? So that shows. Probably do getting some like health and stuff in, and some actual guns, I suppose.
So where do the traps come into it?
So the traps are basically a thing that the traitors can trigger. If they're just walking around with someone and they see someone walk in a room, then they can just discreetly trigger it. And then it's like no one
to shoot them.
Yeah, and it's almost like they've managed to kill someone, and it's like, well, how did that person die? And it's like, well, I didn't press the button, you pressed the button. And, it's that sort of argument of, and I think the point of making it a trigger and it not being obvious who actually pressed the button is a big part of the loop. Health. Guess we want to get the gun. Banana gun. Physics gun. Weird guns. Lots of different guns. Yeah, so Boop's just saying there's lots of different types, and I think that's the thing. Like, I'd quite like to put our own spin on it, perhaps, if we can think of certain things when we get to that point. Like, obviously, Among Us is really popular at the minute, and that'd be a really good sort of thing. I feel like TTT's got a bit more to it. Right, I think we need some more upbeat music again. Might switch back to that first track.
Getting sleepy.
Oh, there's a slow version of Reach for.
Yeah, this is the one. This is what I have on the PlayStation. Yeah, love it.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave this one on then. Lay it right down. So there's going to be gun pickups around. Ammo as well, like ammo system. We haven't really got one built in. That seems like it's a lot more complicated than it seems to just implement like an ammo, because you have to remember like on the user how much ammo per thing, because obviously the gun gets destroyed when you put it down. And you're going to remake the Golden Deagle. Yeah, the Golden Deagle would be a pretty good one. So the way the Golden Deagle works is the detective can buy it, and if you shoot someone that's innocent with the Golden Deagle, then you die. If you shoot a traitor, then the traitor dies. That's a bit of a thing. The other thing is a traitor tester. That would be a cool thing to build somewhere. So basically you stand in it and then it reveals what your role is. So it's like you can call someone out to go in it, and if they say no, then it's a bit suspicious. But it's also a good way to lure like individuals into a sort of secret place. So
fair enough. I need to make a complaint about whoever made the garage and attached a million entities to a door.
Whereabouts?
This is airlock door 4, and I was like, oh, what's attached to this? Opened it, and it's like chain long 5, chain long 6, chain long 7, chain long 8, chain long 9, and like almost everything in this room is like attached to the door.
Oh, really?
Terrible. Sweet tree out.
It's a pretty unwieldy. I think it's okay on the entity count though. If you look at performance, yeah, it's not 72% of entities.
Did you spray silver?
Yeah.
What time?
Every now. Yeah. Cool. Locators, my favorite.
Probably a bit too slow. Let's go full again. Right. So probably we could maybe have a little test soon just to see if it all explodes. What I've done so far.
Yeah, I'm like ready to test some stuff whenever you're ready.
Yeah, just make sure the properties are all set. Oh, lobby start point. Let's just get the current start point and use that. Cool, right, I'm gonna hit play. You ready?
Yep.
Out. Oh, okay. Already some errors. Oh, and I'm not respawning because there's no respawn stuff on. So, okay, cool. Okay, well the guns work. We can tell that much.
Can I test my area?
Yeah, we can test it. 1 sec. Let me just see what that error was.
Hey, it's not my script that died.
Yeah, it was mine.
I mean, my script's pretty basic, so it's still probably
Okay, try again. We're gonna keep catching at the start of that song.
Yeah. Good intro though.
Okay, something else broke. That's fine. Right. Okay.
Some doors are open. Sounds good. Nah.
Smack,
I didn't even mean to do that.
That works so well.
Press that. Seeing if it was what's it? Like the use button, and I was just like forgetting.
Just face
palm.
It's perfect timing.
With an AK.
Okay. So what's supposed to happen here?
So interact with this button or this button.
Yeah.
It locks both doors, and that's it.
Okay.
So far. Attempt to index proper TIS.
Yeah, that's me. I'll have a quick look at what you've got going on there.
So didn't have any errors, did it? Might just be missing an event somewhere. Because I'm trying to be clever. Don't try to be clever when you code. Rule 1 of coding.
Yeah, don't be clever. That's stupid.
So Oh yeah, you should have grumbling up the other day. She's turning into a right little Judy. So yeah, are you looking at your stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready if you want to try. Or did you think you fixed it?
I have no idea. So I have a trap script. Do I trigger the on trigger in the trap script? Is the question. Yes, I do.
Dryco says, don't forget the radial blur fix. That's a good point. Adam knows more about that than I do. I think... Oh, it's crosshair, isn't it? Crosshair widget. Like around here somewhere. Filter blur. I think you just get rid of that. I think that does it. Yeah. Good shout, thank you. Pretty sure that's been fixed for future releases.
Onterax. What me? I know what's gone wrong. It's because I copied scripts from one entity to another, but it didn't update the entities that it was pointing to.
Oh, the properties.
Yeah. You need to be pointing to you. That should work now. I can add stuff in the meantime.
Cool. Yeah, I'm ready when you are. Let's try again.
I like the use of the good old Kalashnikov just to add a bit of light effect on the the spinning lights.
That's probably
clever.
Adam.
Yeah, just using the butt of an AK-47 just for a bit of shadow effect. Yeah, ready when you are.
Okay, so I think we should be in like a lobby at the minute. I need to hook the timer up. Hey.
Yeah. Did it shut the other door? Yes, it did. Oh, and then if I press it again, it just re-closes the door, so I need to fix that.
Oh yeah, you need to, I guess, just
Hey,
cash
I'm
it.
innocent.
Oh, you're innocent as well?
Yep.
Okay, that's not good. Okay, it does set us on different teams. It's probably just my logic there. But okay, cool. I'll let you fix your open and closing of doors.
Probably. You know.
Now, why hasn't that worked? Trying to be clever. Boop says, in the first stream map, Adam used the desert buildings package. Are they still there? I'm not sure, actually. Let's go have a quick look. I feel like, because some of the artists took hold of the map and made quite a lot of changes, so I'm not sure those buildings survived, unfortunately. Looks like they got taken out, I'm afraid. Unless they got hidden somewhere. Yeah, not sure they made it.
Was that something from your stream when you first did it?
Yeah, we used one of Boop's packages for some like cool desert buildings, but I think they got cut when the rest of when the map they got rebuilt basically.
Got purged. How do you make a property private again?
Editable equals false.
Of course. Boop. Oh, yeah. not you, Boop. Just casually saying Boop.
No. Boop is in.
That did it.
Yeah.
I just realised it means my General Akbar ASCII comment works. It doesn't boom up the script. So that's staying.
I think Boop would appreciate that. I don't think he was here when we first showed the Akbar ASCII.
Don't need any code in your code when you lure.
Good script.
You do need to reference self though. So how many years do you think it will take from when you stop writing code in Crayta, if that happens, to forgetting the muscle memory of writing self.properties?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awful.
Do you do it in your sleep?
Yeah. Or like just, as I say, like trying to do some JavaScript the other day for like something else, and I was just all over the place with then, and, or instead of like the actual kind of curly braces, and yeah, it's a mess. Right, so I think I can use params dot to control the timer here. Let's assign that. Lobby loop. I guess start time will be now. And total time. So let's have a quick look at the proper game script. Okay, yeah, I thought that's how it worked. So state start time is... Oh, it's server time it's using. Okay, the max time. And this is how long it's going for. Cool. Okay, cheers, Boot. Thanks for dropping by. Go ahead.
It's not right.
Okay, hopefully that will give us our timers. Trying to think what else to do in the meantime. Oh, well, respawning isn't a thing, but I guess once you've died, you should probably spectate.
Yeah. Don't really know what that noise was that just came out of me. That was me going, yeah, but in like abyssal or some demon language. Hey, you know what? Outfit unlocked.
Nice. I like your main loop passing into secondary loops and back. My current game loop was messy. Yeah, so the main loop passing to like little loops. So because those other loops are inside that main schedule, you only have one schedule that's running, and it's just those little loops fall out of the bottom when they kind of basically pass their weight. If you look at the main game script, that's actually how it does it here as well. Quite a bit more complex with a few more things, but you can see here you've got essentially do lobby, do play, do results. So that's same sort of backbone there, but I'm just trying to simplify it down a bit, which hopefully helps, you know, understand him, from me at least, just trying to get more like diverse things in. Let's set on user died. And then here we probably want to check. Yeah, check for if we have a winning team. I'm going to comment this bit of the spectate script out as well, because that's, I don't know, I guess with spectating you do want it to be for your team only, but we'll move that for now because that makes it a bit easier. On user died. Spectate. In fact, I'll write the bit of that loop. You'll be ready for a test soon if you are.
just realised that my so the little tree I'm making out of locators, the top one is like rotated, so everything off of it is like.
Oh, that's nice.
I want to rotate it. I have to reposition it. But it's worth it for a clean tree.
It's worth doing now.
Yeah. Oh wait, you're the wrong door.
Okay, so if the trait is alive is 0. Or innocent 5 is 0. Then the game needs to end. Okay, so basically there, I don't want to just have a solid weight. I'm going to check, because while timer is greater than or equal to 0, or no, sorry, and self dot end round early is false. So basically, no, or it's false. No, and it's false. Oh, I'm getting confused. Right, okay, and yeah. I'm just basically writing a loop to control the game, like the main round. So if the timer is greater than or equal to 0, so that's going to count down, and the round end early is false, then we keep looping. As soon as I set round end early to true, then that and statement is incorrect, and therefore we'll fall out the bottom of it into the results loop. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. If I put these on self, I can get those from the results, which will be helpful. I don't need to pass them there. And then for safety, let's reset them up here. Cool. Okay, that seems to work. In theory, you fancy a quick test?
Yeah, just delete my line of code so it works. Sure.
Let's see. So hopefully we'll see some timers. Hey, cool. Okay, so that's a timer for the lobby.
See if I broke all my scripts. Does that back door open? No, broke all my scripts.
Broke your scripts.
I do. I think I just unhooked an event again.
I'll see.
Moving stuff around.
Let's just see what happens. So in
13 seconds.
in like 10 seconds, I think what will happen is we'll get respawned at the start, because that's like the start of the lobby loop again. Or it's going to break. Let's see. Or nothing's going to happen.
It ain't broke. It works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely didn't break. It just didn't it just didn't work. But it didn't break. Oh, I know why. Because I'm a big dum-dum, and my main game loop isn't actually a loop.
Yeah,
that'll
do it.
It just fell straight out the bottom of all that and did nothing. So now that's actually going to loop.
You're going to trigger the trap script, and you're going to trigger the trap script. And the trap script is going to trigger trapdoor script close. Close. Kill door open. Trapdoor 2. 5. Trapdoor 5. Oh, looks hooked up fine.
Okay, that should fix that. Do you want me to come have a look? Is it?
I think it might have just been weird because I ended up with 2 entities with the same name, and that entity was what one of the things is pointing to. So I'm just going to try re-hooking everything up just to rule that out. So trapdoor 2 kill door, so it should all be fine. I'll just do it anyway. Trapdoor U, trapdoor 2, no. Trapdoor 2, U, kill door 2, U. 3. That's kill zone, I'm not doing it yet. It's fine. Trigger on interact. Does trapdoor trap script trigger? It's interactable. Big. You are triggering trap script trigger. Just make sure it's all positioned right as well. Yep. That all looks good to me. Ready when you
are. Yeah, sure. Hopefully this time we'll get slightly better. Like it's telling us we're both innocent, even though it's set in different teams. So I've just tried to do a proper if statement rather than a clever one-liner.
I think I know what it will be. I forgot I added that ball flag, didn't I? I bet it's like I've not initialized it or something, so it's like thinks it's locked, so it won't do anything.
Oh yeah. If you've just done a self.properties, it will default to false.
I'm innocent.
Yeah, I was innocent as well, and I broke my timers somehow. Yay. Progress.
Coding.
Yeah.
Do it for a job. I do it for a hobby. I hate it. Why am I doing this to myself?
Because it's fun when it works.
It's like Dark Souls level of just like infuriation, but you're just striving for that moment where it all comes together.
Oh yeah, and it all works.
Or you put enough duct tape on it that it looks like it works and it's fine. Just don't look at it. So my trap script on trigger is triggered as false. Can you set the default in the property definition, or do you just do it on in it?
No, you can set it. Default equals whatever.
Default, that's it. I knew that thing goes away. I mean, it should be false anyway, actually. It's triggered boolean. Why did it backwards? On trigger, if it is triggered, yeah, that's where I've gone wrong. If it's not triggered, which is not an exclamation mark.
No, it's the
it's
little wiggly
tilde. Oh, but then that's not even how you do it in an if statement. You do if not. Tyler, why you got to be different? Yeah, if not triggered, then send it. Set it to triggered. Then I reset, set it back to false. Okay, that all looks good now, so that's definitely what was wrong. What about middle? That's that. That should work now.
Yeah, I just want to check one thing. That's the wrong script.
Okay, the braces fill.
Okay, ready when you are.
Yeah, sure. The script should not crash everything.
That'd be good.
Literally an empty script, so it's just got an init function that's empty.
Okay, right.
I love that.
Got timers back.
Initial rubber banding intro.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to admit, like, the iteration speed is pretty good. It's like,
oh god, yeah.
you don't have to wait
awesome.
for builds and stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you get some pretty fun artifacts of dancing around. Hey, I'm a traitor.
There's a minute more. Hey, you're dead. What?
What?
Oh, there's a gap in the door. Hey, that door opened there. I can see it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you're not dead because I've not actually got that logic in yet.
And that's just gonna.
But then the idea is you're.
Nice.
I was thinking that, but I was thinking, oh, just like you get gassed and drop dead.
Yeah.
Because you. But
That
again,
sounds pretty
launch down might be more fun. Doesn't have ragdoll, does it?
No.
When you add in ragdoll.
Yeah. That would be good though.
If it just infinite, immediate fun.
Yes.
Even just in creative mode, just watching stuff ragdoll around never gets old.
It's like the ultimate thing you do in Gary's mod. Just spawn a bunch of rigid, like, or soft bodies and just start smacking around with the gravity gun.
Till it all breaks.
Okay, my timer stopped again, so let's see what's going on there. Progress though, I think we're getting to a good point where there is some form of loop here.
I need to move that door because it's annoyingly ended up on some kind of offset from the. What is it? The grid. I don't know why.
Okay, so remove all the players. Wait.
How do you create it? Like, how does one list? I just do curly braces, don't you?
Yeah, so it's a table.
Yeah. And then you can use it as a map or a collection.
Yes. Yeah.
But you need to use like the table.
Like insert. Not necessarily. What script are you in?
In Killzone. Killzone script.
Yeah. So.
Good game.
Yeah. So that you could do like. Table's not good.
Isn't it?
My table, and then you could say like. My var equals 1. My var equals 2. That's not very good.
Yeah, but it's so I want to do table dot insert. What I want there, right? That list insert the value.
Yeah, that would work as well.
Entity sort of thing.
Yeah, that works. But yeah, this is another way you can do it. And then
so that's how you do it with a key.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. Just like insert it in the next number sort of thing.
Yeah. So I could say I could do that, like my table 1, which would return
the
1
equivalent of
or you get it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Just needed a refresher.
Yeah. And then if you ever need to remove something, you need to get the key. So you'd need to loop through and find the key. And so table.remove, you can't just pass the value to it.
Right, so that makes this bit awkward. So it would be better to store it by their name, probably.
Or, I mean, you could store it.
Start entity, and then...
Well, no, so that's this first bit is the table.
Oh, wait, no, that's the list. Yeah, no, yeah. That was dumb. So it would be basically what you were doing a minute ago, which is zone.
And then I think... I think you could just do that straight, and then equals. Yes, that should work.
Level up, and then it should be. Should kill zone scripts. On trigger exit, right?
On trigger exit, yeah.
And then same. Can you just make it nil? Or...
I think so.
I think that's how they work in Lua.
Yeah.
I remember reading like 6-7 months ago.
I think
whenever it was, I was trying to work out how it all worked.
I think one thing to consider with using the name is about like ensuring the names are unique, and I don't know if you can guarantee that, or I think it's an assumption that names aren't always unique. I'm not sure if it comes with the
right. How do I ensure? I mean, it's set to be only users on the trigger.
Yeah.
So can I just assume it's a user?
So I think, well, it's not a user; it'll be the player, which isn't
player. Yeah.
So the player trigger. Yeah.
Obviously, I've done all this stuff in there.
So.
What's it?
Oh wait, no, sorry. Yeah. So I think the player entity name will be unique. I think it's the usernames.
Get username. That's one.
Or you want that on the get user. Get username.
Player get user get username.
Yes, yeah. So the player has a user entity, and it's the user entity that has the username. Yeah. That's one way. Yeah, I think that's more likely to be unique because you've got the hash numbers. I think.
I hate it. The thing that I hate, the thing I'm moaning about now, is like the not being typed, not being able to like say that is only being passed in as a player object.
Yeah, I mean the checkbox should assume that, you should know that, but then the other thing, you could guard against it. So if you wanted to check that, you can do this. So
if not
if player is and that'll basically check if the entity is the type of character.
That makes me happier, because then at least I can go and then just while I'm trying to remember how everything works, how do I log?
Printf or print. So print is just a straight string, or printf is like a C you insert on 1, 2, 3 curly braces.
So it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah, so not a should be a player or something. And then after that, you just put whatever it is you want to be at 1.
I remember.
Yeah, that'll probably just say like user data blah blah blah. So I don't know if you want to, like, you could do like.
Is there a?
Get.
If you don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, get name might be more useful because that will return the entity's
So
name.
does everything have a name?
Yeah, it's basically what it is in the world tree.
Cool.
Or for things like instanced players, it'll be like player and then a bunch of numbers. But I say I don't think those numbers are guaranteed. They should be unique, but it's not an absolute guarantee.
Cool.
Right. I keep forgetting what I was... Oh yeah, results time is now waiting. I just added a little... Try and add a pause for the end of a round loop. Right, I just realised it's still the same music, so let's get something different.
You're telling me you've not written a randomised script yet?
No, that's not a bad show actually. Thing is having to
hook into the end of music. It's like, oh, music ends.
That'd be nice. I think so. It's because we're having to simulate this entity. Yeah, I wonder if that would work. It's an interesting thought. All right, let's do some events.
Now to remember for loops. For I equals 1. Of course, there's no braces still.
Yeah.
Do a thing. I remember do.
Yeah. So you just want like comma, and then what you want I to loop up to, basically. So you don't say I less than, or you just say literally what number it's going to go to.
There's a better way to do it, though. When you want to iterate a table in pairs.
Pairs, yeah. So if you want to do the... So it'd be key and value.
Name.
Yeah. In pairs.
And then the table of players in zone.
One thing, yeah. You'll want to always check that this player is still valid as an entity, because something else might have killed them in that room in the trigger.
Yeah, that rings a bell. So I've already done, like, when I did the... What's the word? The, like, pick a lobby stuff.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I had to deal with all of this before. Just going through the same...
the same motions.
Like, learning, yeah.
But so with that, you can just literally do, like, player... like, it'd be, like, if player and player is valid.
So is that like a nil check?
Yeah. So if player is nil, then it just basically stops here.
Yeah.
If it's not nil, then you're safe to basically reference off it, and then it is valid.
Yeah. With the nil pointer exception.
Yeah.
You couldn't call it null.
No, it had to be nil.
Had to be different again.
Yeah. So that's basically should guarantee that that's a, and because you've already checked that it's a character up here, I guess you guarantee that that's a valid character that's down here.
Cool. That does make it better than what I was about to do, which is like check all the different, like, if player leaves.
I see. Yeah. No, that should be. I think
so much more sense.
I can't remember exactly all the ramifications, but I've got a feeling that if a player entity dies and is destroyed inside a trigger, or if an entity is destroyed inside a trigger, it triggers the on-trigger exit. So in theory, when the player gets destroyed, they should trigger it, and it should. But it's just it's worth having that guard anyway.
Yeah. Right. So I want to do get world. If I remember correctly. Why does it say I'm Russ? Oh, it's just your cursor, isn't
that's
it?
My cursor. You along. Yep.
It just confused me for a second. I remember I don't normally see my own name.
Yeah.
We'll get you. I mean, is the best way of killing all the players within a list to iterate through all the users and just check names, and then how do you kill them? That's something I'm not doing.
So there's a health script attached to the player, which has a function called kill. So if you just say player send to scripts kill, that should handle everything we need.
Cool. So yeah, so if I do loop through that and go. Player what script?
The health, so it's just health script. It's attached to the player.
No, so player. Then you said.
Oh, sorry. Send to scripts.
Send to scripts.
Yeah, so you could just. I mean, there's different ways of doing it. So you could just say, like, player health script kill would just reference the script directly.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I forgot that you could do it that way.
Yeah,
that is nice.
Or
I'll go with that.
Okay, yeah, you could do it. Yeah, fair. Or the other way I was going to say would be to do this.
And then that's safer, isn't it?
Because it's got
if you like
a trade-off. But yeah,
usual.
That would send kill as a message to all of the different scripts on the player. So it just depends what you're trying to do. But yeah, if you reference a specific thing, then I think
it makes sense to go through the.
Yeah, probably just say health script :kill.
Get you.
Dryco's Victorious is a jukebox package which works well in the editor and changes songs. You don't have to do it. Just tested it, works pretty well. Oh, sweet. I'm going to check that out right now.
Sick.
Jukebox. Drag the jukebox template onto your world. Drag user song listener. Simulate edit mode.
It's life changing.
This is it.
Why did you delete that code, by the way?
Oh, because I was
15 to show me.
It's like a teacher. It's like I show you, then you have to do it again. Show that you've understood.
I've already completely forgotten what the script was called.
Health script.
Scripts.
And then you want colon.
Colon kill, because there's weird.
I don't think kill needs any. Oh no, it does need some parameters.
What? So where? Is the tail script just in the scripts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm remembering how the plays and stuff work now as well.
Yeah, it's a template.
And then the template, and you attach your scripts to it.
You could maybe just use rather than shout and kill, you could use you could damage the player. That's another way you could do it, like using it through the system. So there's an API.
That's what I was thinking. It's like I was trying to work out like how the script itself does it.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just calling another script, right?
So that's apply damage. If you just start typing apply, you'll see the API for it.
So, yeah.
But
but then you have to pass in all that stuff, which is why maybe the.
Yeah.
Or do you have to do that for the script anyway?
I think if you want to, yeah, so that will automatically trigger the on damage script entry point for that. I think you'll get away with just applying the amount to damage, which you could set to like 10,000 or 1,000 because that's the default. And then the from entity would be the trigger or whatever it is you want, I suppose.
Mm. Right.
I mean, I think 1,000 would do. But
yeah, that's like kill the.
Yeah.
Neil, is that allowed?
I think so. I mean, so that would be the. Yeah, I mean, just try it. Try a few different things.
Yeah, great. You don't actually need to pass all the stuff in.
Yeah, you want to call apply damage on the player as well. So that'd be a like player.
All right, so
yeah, so you're applying damage to that specific player.
Totally know what I'm doing.
You can do like point damage and stuff, and radial damage, which you have to call on the world, and you make damage at a specific point, and that will handle the damaging around it for you. But if you know the player, you just call apply damage amount.
Right. So in Hines, that might make more sense for a kill zone actually, rather than going about the way of doing it. But at least you could see the kill zone this way.
Yeah. So I think if you just passed 10,000 and self get entity, I think that would work, because looking at what the hell script wants, it just wants the amount and the from damage. See if that works.
It wants a shoot direction.
Okay. Yeah, so that could probably be nil.
4 different things. Hit result. Shoot. What's the shoot direction anyway? Self get entity.
Right. I got distracted. Set up this jukebox. Did read what it said. So drag the jukebox template into your world, drag user song list onto user, simulate in edit mode, drag sound you want onto the jukebox. Whoa, okay, he's added like everything in here already, that's cool. User. Right, gonna play some random music.
Oh, it's mellow. Okay.
It's quite mellow. So I think in theory we just get to chop whatever out we don't want. Might do this off stream at some point, but that's pretty cool. Really creepy. I don't even know what song this is.
Yeah, it's quite creepy. I bet that's a good one to mess with, like the tempo and pitch and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we should
creepy.
We should definitely make this like a dark map, or like have like lighting, so you can turn all the lighting off and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good.
Jungle drums. Okay.
Jungle chums. Cool. That script's totally gonna work first time.
Oh, here we go. Sax. Hey, Griffin's Howl. That's not a name I recognise from our Crayta Discord, unless you're someone new. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Man, this music is
really by just in time for the silky saxophone. Take it slow.
It is really quite satisfying to listen to. Yeah. Is this on Stadia? Yeah, this is Crayta on Stadia. So this is available on Pro or purchasable through the store. Yeah, so if you're a Pro subscriber, this is free. Definitely worth checking out. Lots of games to play, lots of games to make.
Cool. Right. That's should be working now. Add an effect. Why not?
I keep losing my train of thought. Right, I want to clear. Okay. So you're looking for an effect now, are you?
Yeah.
What, like a poison type thing? There's the electric shock. Electric shock force, purple or yellow is probably what you want.
Electric shock force. That's our goal scoring in the that amazing game that went really well.
That we never finished.
One day, if you give me the ability to debug my over-the-top lobby system, then I might be able to finish it. Or we could just delete all of that and let people play the game. Laser spiral.
Yeah, there's quite a few different ones we could do.
Smoke puff.
Right, I think I'm ready for a test. Start wrapping up. Probably. Just realised it's gone 10:30 already. This is although, yeah, I'm going to be just lying there in bed thinking about how I'm going to implement all the roles and stuff. I've hit that point where I'm just flying around now, not even coding anything.
So, use the search. That'll probably help. Wind.
So how are you going to play the effect? Are you just going to play it on every player, like, or just in the room?
Just in the room. I wanted like a, you know, when the door opens. Yeah, this is perfect.
You'd almost like blast a light on in the room as well. I've lost where you are.
Yeah, I mean, there's currently this red spinny light. I wanted that to only turn on when it starts. So I'll do that at some point as well.
Nice.
Ah, yes. So if you want to trigger an effect, is it worth having the effect in the world, or is it better off to?
It depends how you want to control it. I guess it depends. Like you can either, probably not worth spawning it. It'll either be worth having it. Like you can play it through the effect through the API. So you can do like play effect at location, or play effect just on an entity, or you could have it in the world and then access its like active state. So you can say get entity dot active, or get entity get entity dot active equals true or false, basically. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Does this light definitely spin? I can't see any scripts on it. Got a spinner.
I saw a spinner. I don't know if it does actually spin.
Maybe this one doesn't spin.
Finished. Where's my entity? Oh, it's over there. I'll find it.
I think the main red light's coming from this other. Let me turn my assets on. Entity icons. There, that makes it a bit easier to see. I think there's a really bright red light on the other side of this wall. Yeah. Maybe that could be off. Or that could even be in here, right? So you could have a really bright red light in here that just turns on.
Sure. Right, and then for these effects, you said if we have a script, or is there a script already?
So you've placed just one. Where are all of your effects?
So there's one in the middle of the room and one next to the door. So under trap in the tree. So in
ambient rain and
garage
spark.
Trap. Ambient rain, electric spark. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what you could do is you could either have a script on the effects themselves that you say like activate and deactivate.
Yeah, I'd want to do it that way.
Or you can have on the trigger script itself, you could have these two effects as properties, and then you say play effect at location and give it a vector position and the effect to play at that location. I guess this one's a looping one, probably, isn't it? The wind will be looping.
Right.
So you'll want to then turn it off again, which is probably
that'd be alright actually, because the room will be locked once you've activated the trap. So,
but then would you want the room to open again?
Nah. He did.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, we can do, but not yet.
Yeah.
If we decide to, I've already put reset method.
Yeah,
in,
fair.
Which I was thinking more when the round starts again. But...
So you're in trap script still, are you? Or where are you doing this?
So I'm now activate script.
Okay, cool.
So in activate scripts, oh yeah, that'll help. Activate.
Yeah. Pretty much self get entity dot active equals true.
Active equals true. Like that. Is it even in it?
Well, I was just thinking what one thing we could do is no, what was it? Oh yeah, don't try and
steal each other's highlight. Amazing.
And then just set that here, so
That needs to be
lowercase a.
Use Pascal script at work. I'm so used to it now.
False. Yeah.
But like they've ruined me because I like it now. It's just like, how did that happen? Like it just looked weird to not be Pascal case.
Right. Okay. So those are the two things. So where are you going to trigger that from?
Cool. So that's guys. They both got it now. So let's add it as well. Add an activate script and then arm the trap. Self. We add you. And we add you. Activate. And activate.
Cool.
So.
Yeah. Cool. Should we try it?
So that's nicely set up that we could. So the trap already has a reset method, so it could add an on reset to it, and then that stuff.
Or
easily
in the activate script, you could maybe pass a time with activate, and then have a little schedule that deactivates itself after like that. Or you can. There's loads of different ways you can do it. So cool. Should we hit preview? See how broken everything is.
Yep.
And then probably think about wrapping up soon.
And then cry that I've got a code tomorrow.
Oh, we've got the jukebox going. Well,
no complaints.
Right. Cool. Okay, so we lost our guns at the start of the lobby, so that's good.
That was a great start. It's going well. I guess you shouldn't be able to activate traps until the lobby's
that's true
as well. I need to work that into. So should. Hey.
Oh, there's wind. Nice.
There's a floating thing.
Oh, that's the jukebox. It's like an old radio mesh.
Nice.
Nice.
We didn't die though, so that didn't work.
Oh, that's a good point.
No errors though,
which is always fun.
The worst. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I have 15 health.
Oh, I instantly switched to start spectating you, which is what I wanted it to do, so that's good. But it should. something's gone awry there. It should work out that all of one team had died. Okay, well, I feel like that's pretty good. Like, we haven't quite got the game to loop background yet, but the principle's there. That's something I can work on next time. Yeah, I think we'll probably call it a day there before we get into a rabbit hole of spending hours going round and round and round. So cool. All right, well, thanks Dry Coast and everybody else who's checking it out, and yeah, definitely go check out discord.gg/Crayta, like you said. It's a pretty good place to catch up with us all, and we'll be back in another stream at some point soon. Bye all.
Bye.